Hey y'all, back with another review, and I don't have a table in front of me, so this is going to kind of suck, right? I'll have to be doing some turning here, okay? But you adapt, overcome, and improvise. You do what you got to do. As I said before, I was outside. It's a gray, very rainy day, and it's raining on me, so I'm inside. This is a barn, by the way. So, man cave. Can't do videos in there right now. It's just total. It looks like a train wreck in there because of the fact that I got a lot going on. I've had a lot of work coming in, and I had no place to put nothing. So there it is. All right. I've done a video in the past about a Girsan, the MC35, their bright and high power clone version, Girsan. And Girsan came out with another one. And that's what we're going to talk about today. This is a Girsan MC P35 Ops Optic ready BHP clone. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and open the box. Alright, so right off the bat, let's go. I tell you what, let's do it like this. Alright, right off the bat, you get a cleaning cloth. You do get some paperwork. You get the manual book. And like I said, this is Ops Optic ready, and you get a red dot. Okay, so that's the manual on how to do your red dot. You do get a screwdriver, which I thought was pretty cool, especially these little mini screwdrivers right here. They do really good work on a lot of your small stuff. And you get some type of, once again, I have not read the manual because I'm not bothering with it, but you get a dial for that red dot, and you get an Allen wrench. Alright, so let's talk about the box itself, which I thought was pretty cool. These are very nice boxes. Okay, very nice boxes. I'm going to open it up here for you. If you note, the bottom is very nicely cut out, of course, for the pistol. But also, it's also perforated for you to place like an extra magazine, a mag loader. I bet you that's for a oil bottle. So, I mean, I think they did a very good job on it. Like, you have another cutout here. I guess that's for another cleaning rod. You do have a cleaning rod, and you got the, the trigger lock. Locks like so, just normal fare, right? So here you go. All right, now moving on to the big pièce de résistance. MC P35 Ops Optic. As you see here, MC P35 Ops. That's what it's called, but it's Optic. So, the difference between the MC P35 and the MC P35 Ops Optic is, right off the bat, the beaver tail. This tang right here. I like that a lot. It feels like it just feels like it's making me, like with my 1911s, get way up here and here. Okay. The grips are fantastic. These are VZ grips. It does have a flared magazine well. It's a little bit of flaring around the edges. It has a taper that comes out to here. A lot of people may not like that, especially if you're a big guy. You got big chunky hands. But for somebody like me, my size, it's really nice. Let me see if I can see. So finish is great. Love the finish. I do wish that I had that black and gray two-tone finish that I had on my other Girsan. Yeah, I had to flip it because I wanted this. But yeah, finish looks really good. Haven't shot this, so you know, don't even know where it's going to land yet. But that's not the point for right now. The controls, ambidextrous thumb safety. You got a flat main. You got a flat trigger. You got an extended slide release, slide stop. It's BHP, except for the little doodad, the little tricks here. All right. So, action. The action of the slide to the frame is very nice. It's a very smooth action on this. Very smooth. I mean, I don't feel any left or right binding at all. Maybe right there, but not. When I say binding, what I'm talking about is where the slide and the frame are kind of touching each other a little bit, But no, that's smooth, very nice. The additional slide lock and safety, slide lock and slide release, I could care less. That's nice, but I could care less. If it was a standard, like a BHP slide release, that would be just fine by me too. Ambidextrous safety. It's not very loud, not very tactile. You'll know it's there, you feel it, but I don't know if you hear that well. Next, let's talk about the trigger. Okay. This will fire with the magazine out. Okay. So this is a drop free. The magazine can drop. If there's a round in it, it will fire. All right. So let's talk about the trigger. The trigger is a flat face trigger, as you can see. Right there's the wall. So I'm going to come up to the wall. I'm on the wall. I'm pressing, and it just let go. Alright, now we'll cycle. You will feel the trigger set. And right there it is. So it's really not a bad deal. I mean, it's not a bad set at all. The Girsan that I did have, that trigger, it needed some work. I had almost, no pun intended, pulled the trigger and sent that one off to Nighthawk because I wanted them to cut a red dot on it, but they said they won't do that. They'll do all the guts, but they won't do that. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll wait for this one to come out and get it. Why red dots? I have red dots on all my guns now because I'm older and I am wearing glasses. So iron sights are not as precise for me, okay? And we'll get into iron sights in just a minute on this one. But iron sights for me are not as what they used to be. So, okay, on to the sights. As you can see here, you got a Novak cut with a fiber optic orange sight, which I like. I don't think that's wrong. Note on the rear, there is no sight. There's no rear sight because the sight is right there in the optic. Okay. Now let's talk about the optic. And this is the biggest con to the optic. The optic is atrocious. That for me, this is a no. This is a no. Can't do it, because like I said, I wear glasses, and this is a Derry, DERRY, and when I'm looking at the optic, it looks like a comet streaking this way, and the behind the comet's tail is bursting left. It's bursting at the I'd say the 8 o'clock. There's one bursting or just at 7. There's another burst down here at about the probably the 4, and another one bursting almost to the 2 o'clock. So I mean, it's no good for me. The glass is clear, but then again, it's not been shot. But it is nice that, I mean, it's like I'm looking right now, and I can line up the rear sight and the front sight. Now, on the rear sight, it also has fiber optic sights. Okay, I haven't shot this yet because I need to get an optic that I can use. But that's my goal. My goal is to get an optic that I can use on this, and I'm gonna start. This is probably gonna wind up being my main carry gun later on down the road when my 320. I'm gonna put it back in my retirement box and let it sit there for a while. But the trigger's nice. As you can see, this trigger's nice. There's my reset, and I hit the wall again. So I can live with that. You know, I may send it off to Nighthawk because it's already cut, and let them Nighthawk this thing up. Which for you young guys, that's an old trick that was done years ago. So a lot of us guys, we would buy like, for example, Norinco, when we could get Norinco weapons in the United States. Norinco was making 1911 clones. I know it's atrocious. I know it's evil. You shouldn't say that because it's a Chinese-made gun and for an American-made design. But a lot of us guys would buy the 1911 Norincos because they were cheaper. Because back in those days, it's just like with the SIGs. You know, you had to have money to walk up to their table. So what a lot of us would do is we would buy a Norinco and have the parts taken out of it and send it off to have Kimber at the time, or whatever, or Ed Brown was still back then, and they would put their work on it. So you're getting, because the steel was American steel, the frame was American frame, meaning the steel that made the slide in the frame, they were American. That was American steel they were using. And so we were basically rebuying our steel back from the Chinese, and we would send off our guns to high-end, credible 1911 gunsmiths, where they would take the whole thing apart, take all the guts out, and then they would mate the parts, their parts, to the frame and to the slide. Okay, then when you got it back, it might say Norinco on it, but it was Kimber inside, or Ed Brown, you know, one of the custom deals. But I like the grip much better than the Girsan MCP 35. Yeah, I can't wait to get a red dot on here that I like. This one I can't use, and I don't know if I'll be able to make any more videos today, but if I can, be back directly, y'all.